Warning, the following podcast may occasionally contain strong language and material that is not suitable for all ages. If you are easily offended, it is highly advised that you turn back now. However, if you're a degenerate, welcome, brethren. You've found your home.
Welcome to the Crime Diner. On the menu, we have stories of true crime, cults, mysteries, and general creepiness. We do this within a Dinner with Friends theme. I'm Nydia.
I'm Dana.
I'm Cindy.
Last week we talked about the Reddit murders, Brandy and Jason Worley. And Jason had made a post on Reddit talking about his failing marriage and all of the drama that came about after that.
Yeah, and that was some crazy shit.
Yeah,
I was not, to be honest with you, I was not expecting it to go the way that it went.
That story, the first time I heard it, I was like utterly shocked at how things played out.
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened, you should go check it out.
So this week, I'm giving you a story about looking for love in all the wrong places. And by wrong places, I mean social media.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm telling you about Molly McClaren and Joshua Stimson and how Tinder matched a beautiful girl with a stalker.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So if you don't like banter, we're about to get into some.
Yes.
Just look at the timestamp and go to that.
Yeah, skip right over.
Directly to the story.
All of our funny jokes and hard work.
Do not pass go. Mm-mm. Do not collect $200.
Not for you.
No. And that's okay.
And that's okay. We accept you just the way you are.
Sure. So I'm going to tell you that story and more. But first, the food. Let us pray. Bless us, O patrons, for these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy donations through Patreon every month under the power of the V Podcast.
Cult.
Ooh, I smell potatoes.
Oh, we got sausages.
Ooh, this is... Oh, my bad. Wait, I think I've made this before. This is banger and mash.
This is bangers and mash.
There you go. We've made this before.
Well, we're about to have a comparison then, aren't
Yeah.
we?
I mean, I don't remember how...
I don't remember either.
Yeah, but I remember it was tasty, though.
Yes.
I never had bangers and mash till the last time I made it, but now I want to see hers, and I enjoyed it last time.
We do know that Cindy makes really good mashed potatoes, and we know that yours are always frozen, so already...
Still mashed potatoes. Still mashed potatoes.
The bangers are also made with stout.
I used stout, too. In all fairness. I used Guinness.
I used a whatever was cheaper.
Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. Okay, so we had frozen mashed potatoes, but we had expensive beer.
I didn't scrimp. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
How about the smell is delicious.
It smells so good. I cannot wait to have it.
I'm
and
salivating.
I don't really like sausage, but this looks really good. I guess it's not really sausage. It's a banger.
It's a bratwurst.
Oh, it's a bratwurst. All right. Sausages.
Let's do this. These green beans look delightful, by the way.
They're the French style green beans.
French cut?
Yes.
French cut with garlicky and butter.
Ooh, you had me at garlic, girl.
You have me at French.
All right, let's eat.
That was some banging bangers and mash.
I mashed that shit into my face.
Right. The gravy was very oniony, a very savory deliciousness.
Yeah.
It was like a sweet sausage, sort of. It was
a bratwurst.
A bratwurst, just
pork sausage.
Oh, okay. It was sort of like, it had like a little sweet taste to it.
A little crisp.
Well, yeah, it had a nice crunch on the outside, which I personally not a fan, but it's why I don't like sausage. But I think they're supposed to be like that, so that means it's like cooked really well.
It had the snap, and I'm sorry.
I hate it. I hate it because it just makes me be like, that is the intestine of the animal I'm eating, and I really don't like it. But that's a me thing, not a you thing.
Well, the sauce was just everything.
I did go in for seconds on the sauce for more mashed potatoes.
I went in for seconds on the brat.
Yeah, you needed some more meat in your life.
I needed more meat.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
It's because she gave me such a wheelbarrow full of mashed potatoes that I had to like sop it up with something.
Right. You always need a vehicle to scoop potatoes, whatever it may be.
That's right.
I was using the green beans to scoop them.
Green beans. Fair. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, and they also had a snap to them.
Yes, they did. Now, the green beans, I could have used them as a canoe for potatoes.
Definitely.
Yes. To the potatoes could travel into my mouth via green bean canoe.
Right. Like a little raft. Like a
Yes.
Little, yeah,
yes.
like a little potato raft.
I didn't use my skills.
You weren't thinking?
I wasn't
I'm
thinking.
sorry, you missed out.
Instead, she went in for more broth.
You said meat instead. Which is Nydia-esque, like if I ever heard of it.
I am a meat eater.
True.
Sorry, not sorry.
I know.
Also, it made for a much larger vehicle for the potatoes.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
All right. I think we have two different styles of doing things, and that's what makes this podcast great.
Does it though?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I'm going to say so.
This drink,
The drink is fucking out of this world.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
It's so out of this world that I'm almost done my drink, but you just started.
Well, I just started, yes, because I'm a lady.
Okay. And I'm a slob.
Yes. You're meat-eating, sausage-eating, potato mouth mashing.
I'm
slob.
a man.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Without the chest hair. Now there's I don't have chest hair. There's strawberries, there's cucumbers, there's oranges, there's lemons.
And then there's a bunch of liquid.
And what is this? What is this nectar of the gods? And it really does taste like a nectar.
Truly.
So if you haven't guessed already, the theme is English food. So this is called a Pimms.
Really?
A Pimms.
Oh, it's fancy then. It's in mason jars, which is not British.
Not British, but that's the vehicle I used to bring
That's a
it here.
transportation device, yeah.
Okay, if we were in Great Britain,
Yes.
England,
Yes? Both?
what
Right.
would this vehicle for this drink be? I have stumped her.
I am going to show you a picture.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It would have been in a
glass.
Tom Collins glass.
Yes, there you go.
Okay.
This is called a Pimms cup.
Oh, a Pimms cup.
Got it.
It's fantastic.
The British love to have a cup for every single
A cup,
thing.
a spoon, a particular plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
They fancy over there.
I guess.
It's because all their pinkies are up.
All of them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they have to...
Do you think that inside their shoes, their toe pinkies are
They
up?
just walk around with like ducks, like with their little second toe up, their last toe up.
Little toe pinkies up?
We've lost all our British listeners.
Sorry, guys. They lost me without having screens on their windows, so like I can't even support anything that's happening over
They
there.
don't have bugs.
Bitch, what?
They don't have bugs.
Really?
I don't know. I just made that up.
I'm like, really?
I heard California doesn't have bugs.
We should probably stop saying things we don't know if it's true or not.
I heard it.
We heard lots of things and we just say them out loud like they're true.
Well, what is this?
Well,
oh,
we
wait, you
have-
already said that. What's in it?
It's actually Pimms is a liqueur.
Oh.
It's a gin-based liqueur. It's called Pimms Number 1, and it's mixed. I mixed it with Sprite. You can technically it's normally mixed with a fizzy lemonade.
Okay.
Cindy's hair is out of control.
It really is.
It's really wild.
She
I wanna
came in
take your
out of
picture.
control. She came in out of control. I think it was a sign of what's to come.
She did come in here in a whirlwind with all this delicious food and these fantastic drinks. So like, we'll just let it slide. But I live for it. I love it so much.
It was the venting she did.
Yeah.
Also-
her hair just kept getting bigger and bigger.
We have not had a kitchen for a week, so we just finally got our stove installed and our refrigerator's back in its normal spot. I still don't have grout in my tile, but that'll be fixed hopefully by tomorrow.
So the first thing you did was cook for the podcast.
The first meal I made was for the podcast.
Yes, bitch. That's dedication.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I appreciate that.
I, on the other hand, have not cooked a meal here in almost a month and will probably not be for another 2 months because of the flood that I had weeks ago. And they said countertops take 4 to 6 weeks to get, or the cabinets takes 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm just like, just living my best life, eating Wendy's and like
There you go.
Subway and shit like that. It's been terrible.
So you're depressed.
I mean, I feel pretty good about it, actually. Watching tons of Drag Race and just hanging out and here eating takeout. And I'm like,
There you go.
it's fine. The windows are open. It's been beautiful outside.
Yes.
Life is good, even though everything's falling apart around me.
Yeah. First world problems.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm like not even going to be upset about it.
Yeah. I want to toast Veronica for buying us 5
Drinks?
Glasses of wine?
Drinks through Buy Me a Coffee.
Okay, yeah.
Because it doesn't just have to be coffee.
It's not
If you're very
coffee.
much anti-coffee, pro-alcohol, we'll take the alcohol.
Absolutely.
So here's to you, Veronica. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. When life's a bitch, beer is a must. Cheers.
Cheers.
That sounded like wood cloth.
It's a mason jar. What do you want?
Well,
As I was saying before we had to do the toast, it's been so beautiful out last couple of days. And we had some really cold days and really rainy days for a while. And the sun is finally here, right?
Well,
it's getting there.
New Jersey's weird.
You can feel like that it's coming. So this weekend, it was the first weekend I was like back on my bike. You know, my friends own an e-bike company, so we were riding around on the electric bikes. And so we have like a really long bike path in our town. So I was on it and I was crossing over. You have to stop at the red lights, obviously. And so I was crossing over like kind of a major street. You know, I would call it sort of a major street in this town. But so it's a big 4-way red light. And there's turning lanes in each. It's like a big intersection. And so I'm crossing over, and it was our turn. And so my friend's husband went first, and then she went, and then I went behind her. The e-bikes, you can like pedal, and it helps you like go a little bit faster, but it also has like a little motor that you can turn with your hand, and like a motorcycle sort of, but very slow. Like the max it goes is 20 miles an hour, which is actually very fast. I just like cranked it a little bit so that I could get across the street faster because there were cars coming. And my friend moves out of the middle. Like she goes around the middle pole. Okay. But she was in front of me, so I didn't see the pole until she goes around the pole. And then all of a sudden there was a pole in front of me. And I was like, oh fuck. And then I hit the pole head on. Like just the front tire like hit the pole dead in the center. The bike, I went over the handlebars. The bike went over and like lifted up in the air. The water bottle thing that like holds the water bottle, it was just like directly right in between my legs. Okay. So I woke up this morning and I'm really sad to announce that I have a bruised pussy. And it's really, really purple. It's really bad. They were like, I thought you fucking died. And I was like, I didn't die, but I don't think I could walk. And I mean, it was like fine. I like got on my bike and we rode for like another 2 hours. But like when I got home, I was like,
and you did this in the middle of a busy intersection.
In a huge intersection, like, that has cameras that I'm, like, sort of like, we should call the township and see, because it had to look totally insane. She said my legs were, like, up in the air.
Oh, my God.
And she, like, I get off. I, like, weirdly landed on my feet. Like, I didn't, like, actually hit the ground. Nothing else got hurt. And they were like, my friend was like, I'm not laughing. She was fucking purple. She was laughing so hard. Like, she was, like, sweating. She was laughing. She's like, I peed my pants. I'm like, girl, I definitely peed my pants. I'm like, this is all bad. Like, all of this is fucking bad. They were just like, this is a fucking problem. So anyway, I have a huge bruise on, like, my inner part of my leg. And just, like, it's really fucked up.
And it's moved up.
Yeah, it's like, it's huge. It's like a whole area, like everything. I woke up this morning and I was like, well, this is unfortunate. This is very tragic.
Wow. Well, speaking of pussies, yes. I heard a story that left me in awe.
Really?
In Indonesia, there was a woman who showed up to the hospital with a bladder infection. She had a UTI that was just like out of control. So when the doctors, examined her, they found that she had in her bladder a whole ass tumbler.
A tumbler?
A tumbler.
Like a
glass
drink that you drink?
Yes.
Really?
A glass tumbler. In her bladder. She inserted a tumbler through her urethra.
No.
Yes.
That's only that big.
No. I want to research this.
Look it up. And so her bladder had created a bladder stone around the tumbler, and she had like this massive bladder stone in there. And she's in the medical annals right now because it's like the craziest documentation of a bladder insertion. So apparently she was doing it for pleasure, like for sex.
She wasn't.
Over time. Like I guess she stretches it out over time. And she had a tumbler in there that she forgot was in there. And yes.
Oh my God, bro.
Like, look at the pictures of it. It's absolutely insane. A fucking tumbler.
That's so...
Not a shot glass.
Odd shaped. Like, what a weird... And a tiny, tiny, tiny hole.
Uh-huh.
And I don't... I can't like make it work in my head.
You gotta look it in. You gotta look it up.
I don't wanna. I'm already very uncomfortable down there. Like, I would not like to add to any discomfort to that.
I was like,
I hate it so much.
I hate it for her, but she didn't hate it at the time.
She loves it.
I guess. But like that's a thing. People stretch out their urethra for sexual pleasure.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta broaden my horizons.
Big her urethra has to be.
I mean, I am thinking about it. I'm like deeply contemplating it. Hate it. Hate it so much.
Yeah. On a positive note, though, my students earned another free Friday.
Teacher corner. Let's hear it. I want to hear about it.
They earned another free Friday. It's not. It's true. Yeah, I told you.
I Googled it.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
look
God.
at Google pictures of it.
No, I don't want to.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
I saw the
They're
pictures.
not bad. They just show the tumbler with the bladder stone around it.
Why is it so big? Oh my God. What the fuck?
And
Yeah.
she used, it's glass.
Yeah.
It is glass as a motherfucker. It's chipped and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
No, but it's chipped after they removed it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Chipped before or after is still a problem.
Yeah.
Ay.
Can you imagine being the doctor finding
Simply
that?
no. Simply no. I can't imagine any aspect of this. Like, this is in my wildest creations. I couldn't have come up
Could you
with it.
imagine the doctor being like, simply no. In a lab coat. Simply no.
Simply no.
How do you put on your professional face and go face her?
How do you not go out there and be like, what did you do? Tell me what you did. I know what you did. Now I know. I've seen the proof. Now
Yeah.
you tell me what you fucking
She
did.
doesn't remember. She didn't remember.
How the fuck do you...
It had to be years ago because her body 4 years ago.
4 years.
She kept it, she left it in there for 4 years according to news.com.au.
Listen, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. Okay.
But she is.
Oof. That is like, I am having a real hard time with that.
Yeah.
Because that fucking cup in itself, it had to been like, a couple, like a pound. I mean, that's a fucking cup.
Yeah.
It's like a cup that you would get at a restaurant. It's like that old timey green. Oh, fuck. Stop picking up the glass.
She said she was too embarrassed to seek help.
Okay, she didn't forget. She fucking knew. Mm-hmm. She was like,
4 years,
it's fucking
though.
up there and she can't get it out. Mm-hmm. Girl, how do you get it out? I can't. Oh my goodness. How do you get it out? Like how, the process by which, no, they got it out.
Yeah.
They had
through
to.
surgery. Surgically.
Poor punani. Never the same.
Never.
Never.
No.
Not, and it, okay.
And it's not even her punani. This
Right,
is
it's not
her
even of her,
urethra.
right.
This is her bladder and urethra. For all of you men taking notes out there,
That's your pee hole.
your pee hole is not the same as your
Right.
vagina. You fucking idiot.
Right. So tell us about your students.
So, let's make a quick transition. So my kids earned another free Friday.
Yeah.
You've been keeping up with my story.
Yeah.
Last time they started a bank. And
Right.
they wrote each other stimulus checks.
My favorite thing that you've ever
Refer
said.
to that episode.
Okay.
I don't remember how many episodes ago
Yeah.
that was. Okay, so this time they started a business. I forget the name of the business, but they started a business.
Okay.
And they started the hiring process.
Perfect.
So one person was head of HR. One person was CEO. One person was an accountant. Now, they didn't know these names. Okay, so I had to, I always it's a free Friday, so I stand back. I
Yeah.
let them roll with it. I just give them the supplies that they need,
Yeah.
right? So they really like playing with my money.
Yeah.
Like I have fake money, so they like playing with it.
Yeah.
So so this time they wanted to start a business. One of the kids comes up to me and he says, Miss Apollonia, what is it called when a person does the hiring in a company? Like who's the person that handles that?
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's usually HR, your
Yeah.
HR department, human resources. So they made one kid human resources.
That is fucking
Then
hilarious.
So the CEO and the human resources were doing all the hiring and they were looking for an event manager. So one of my kids is very flamboyant. Mm-hmm. Okay. He wanted to be the events
Of course
manager.
he did.
So he applied for the job. They had me print up fake applications, which he had to fill out. So I'm like just organizing my cabinets, letting
Yeah.
them run with it, but I'm listening. My room has a little like sitting area
Yeah.
for them to like read books or like if they're having a meltdown because I teach special ed. So they go in there. So
Right.
it has like a little couch, a little like, seating
Pictures
area.
of you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that. So the interview process, he fills out his application and they start interviewing him, and he says, oh, so it says here you worked in McDonald's. And my kid that's applying for the event manager job, he says, I have never worked a day in that place. I don't know what you're talking about. And the other kid that's hiring goes, but you wrote it in your application. He's like, well, yes, in high school I worked there. For a very short time I worked there. And so they're like going on about, you know, the work, what experience do you have in this? And he's like,
the sweetest thing.
It's the fucking funniest thing, right? So they hire him. And then he gets very handsy on the job. So he starts being in on the interview process too. And I had to make paychecks and everything. So one girl is the HR manager because she's just like that. They really played to their talents
really?
Too. Yes, it's so funny. So then there's a brother and sister that I teach, right? So the brother was in charge of accounting. And the reason why I knew that he was accounting, because he was like, I count their money. And I'm like, oh, so you're an accountant. And he's like, yeah, because I'm counting their money. And I was like, yes. So then they're also hiring some workers, right? Because, you know, we were like, well, you need workers. You can't all be managers, right? One of the kids filled out an application, but he hadn't been called yet, right? So this is my cancer kid. Oh. So, yeah. So he takes these mats and he makes himself, he's like, listen, I really need this job. I am about to be homeless. So they take so long doing the interview for the project manager, for the event manager. In the meantime, he builds himself a fort out of the mats, and he like grabs a cup and he's like collecting change on the street. I was dying laughing. So then the one kid that was the accountant, he gets tired of playing because they're taking it too seriously. And he's just like, I'm tired of this. So he goes to build a puzzle with another girl. Okay. So his sister takes over the job. First, she was his assistant. So I ask her, I'm like, I say her name, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm accounting. She was counting the change. So the events manager becomes problematic. And
as they do, yeah.
He gets very upset. And he says, you are running the business poorly. I don't like this. This is nonsense. I'm going to go to the mayor and I'm going to have your mercantile license taken from you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think he's heard this before.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to talk to the mayor. And you know where I teach. So you know that there's a very good chance that this has happened to them.
Right.
And his mom is an entrepreneur. So
perfect.
He heard this before.
He heard this, yeah. He's paying attention.
Yes. So he says, I'm going to report you to the mayor. I'm going to have you shut down. So the other kids were like, you do that. Go ahead. Go right ahead. I guarantee you. I know the mayor. I know this, that, and the other thing. And they were like having a whole ass argument. I'm just giggling. I'm just fucking cleaning my cabinets and just giggling.
That is so funny.
So he takes one of their employees, one of their best employees, my little cancer kid that finally got hired. And he takes him and starts his own business.
Oh,
he's selling bracelets and he's competing with him.
Oh, shit.
Girl, when I tell you, I have never laughed so hard in my life.
These kids sound so great.
They're
so
funny. Fucking fun.
That is so funny.
And like, to be honest with you, I just like let them run with it, Definitely. But I just kept hearing their whole drama.
I'm telling you, you got to start like recording just you and like so we can hear it in the background because it sounds so hilarious.
But this was like an all day thing. Like they ran with this all day long.
Fucking hilarious.
From the moment we got there to the moment we went home, they were on it.
And so you give them the whole day to relax.
Yeah, they earned it. Like they earned it. You know what I mean? I got special permission and everything. They earned it. But usually, like, I find, like, where most kids, like, you would think that they would go on the computer, play video games, do stupid shit. Like, they want to play. Yeah, they want to play with each other.
That's amazing.
They're very inclusive with each other, and they put a lot of what I taught them to use.
That's so sweet.
It's so freaking, it's, like, really adorable and a testament to, like, They're 5th and 6th graders and they still want to play. Yeah. And they're good at playing.
I mean, I remember like when we would still get recess in 5th and 6th grade, like we still played games on the playground and shit like that. Like maybe not like Barbies or something, but like we still definitely pretend. Like played pretend and like did weird shit and like that's really cute that they like still get opportunities to do that because it's
I don't it's not often obviously because you know they have to learn. But if they're well behaved and, you know, I give them the opportunity to earn, you know what I mean? And because everybody deserves a break.
Yes.
And it gives me time to, like, plan and clean up and do things. But I want them to use all the resources that are in the classroom. And kind of like to put the things that I taught them into use,
Right, yeah.
you know, in their own way.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think the next time they have a free day, I'm going to get like building materials, not, you know, like maybe buy like a little kit.
Yeah.
Like already, you know, so that they have to measure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe like have them make a recipe or something so that they
That would
put
be
like
fun.
those
Yeah,
things to
yeah.
use, you know, but not push it down their throat. Have them pick it.
Yeah, right.
Like have it available in the classroom where
Right.
they choose it.
That's so smart.
Because I think that
Oh my God, you're like a good teacher.
I think that they internalize it better. They internalize these
Yeah.
like things that you teach them if
Well, it's
they're
like-
putting it to use.
True, we're not necessarily ever going to use algebra, but like we're definitely going to have to like know fractions to know how to like make a recipe or cook
Right.
food or like things that like they're going to have to use at some point in the world, like
Right.
and a thing that like maybe you guys make a pizza or something and like it's fun, you know, or something that like they would like to enjoy
Right.
and like could do at home or something. That's so
Yeah.
and that's the shit you like remember that, you know, like
Yeah.
you grow up and you like I remember like teachers that did cool and fun shit like that.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
cool.
I don't know if they'll remember it, but what I want them to do is I want them to experiment and use it in their own world, you know, and play right now is their
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, I'm really loving this. And
I
I
love
explained
that.
it to my principal. My principal was cracking up when I was telling her because there was so much more. This happened 2 weeks ago, so I don't remember as much. But my boyfriend was laughing and my principal was laughing.
That's
She's
so
like,
great.
It's so funny that so one of my students, I do this thing with them where I always say, well, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
my favorite fucking saying.
When the events manager had to be fired,
Yeah.
she was like, well, that sounds like a you problem. And I was like, oh my God, they listen to
They're
me.
listening to you, yeah. They're listening. They're absorbing everything that you know is happening in their world.
I love
and they're
these
like,
kids.
yeah, it's so
Before
cool.
the year is over, you guys have to volunteer and come.
I want to come.
You
to hang
gotta
out
come.
with them.
We have a May Day Fun Day where it's like a carnival outside. You should come for that. It's so fun.
That sounds terrible.
We always need volunteers.
I always hated that. Like fun.
I
day
do
at
snow
school.
cones.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do snow
Oh,
cones.
that
It's
sounds
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. Anyway, that's my
Speaking
story.
of snow cones,
What?
can we have dessert?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
my
This looks
gosh.
complex.
what is
This
it?
looks hella gourmet.
Yes, there's raspberries on top.
Holy shit. Okay, so it's like a torte
It's
kind
a
of thing?
it's a cake. of
It
some
is a
sort.
cake.
Okay.
It is a cake. It is a Victoria cake. If you've ever watched the Great British Bake Off.
Yes, ma'am.
They've made this. But so I made it. Actually I only made about 2% of it.
Oh, what a scumbag. Just throw it out. Throw it the fuck out. Go-
No. It's still homemade. Danny makes a fantastic sponge cake. So I asked her to do her recipe for the sponge cake.
No,
It's
she just stuck her finger in it.
raspberry
Perfect.
preserves, and then I gave Danny the guidelines on how to make the whipped cream.
Okay.
Like I walked her through it, and she put it together
So what'd you
for
do?
me.
Stick the raspberries on top?
I stuck the raspberries on top
What a fucking
ass.
loser.
and the powdered sugar on top.
Okay.
I also put the
You put it in the to-go
preserves on there.
Okay, foamed it in. But you know what? In all
No,
fairness,
she makes a fantastic sponge cake.
when
so
I got
always make her.
COVID, I watched the British Bake. They call all cake sponge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's try it.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to eat Cindy's sponge. Well, Danny's sponge at this point.
The sponginess,
Of the spongy cake.
the raspberryedness.
Yes. Is it a cake or is it a tart?
It's not a
No,
tart.
it's not a tart. Is it a torte?
Is it? I don't
Is
know
it
what
a
a
tort?
tort is.
I think it's a torte is like.
Cindy's starting to hiccup already.
I think it's like
This is a pro hiccup podcast, though.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. We're pro hiccup.
It's a cake.
No, I think British people call it a torte.
It's a cake.
I think a torte.
This is America, bitch.
I think a torte is two sponges. I'm being British.
Here we
Two
go.
sponges and like a jelly and a cream in the middle.
Oh, so exactly what this is?
Yes.
Well, Cindy's going to look it up for you. While she looks it up, the raspberry jelly, jam, whatever it was in the center, little tart, little sweet.
Yes.
The whipped cream really like balanced out that tartness.
Yes.
I could have used a fucking full another layer of the whipped cream because it was really, really good. But this cake, Danny knocks it out of
It's
the
a
park.
torte.
Danny knocks it out of the park. The cake part, the sponge, if you will.
Yes.
It's spongy. It's moist. It's not dry, which is the opposite of moist. And it's so good. I really dig it.
Those raspberries and the jam really, the tartness of that really cut into the sweetness of the sponge and the cream.
I could have used a couple more raspberries, which Cindy did offer to me, but I didn't want to steal them all. But
yeah. I did.
Yeah.
It was delicious. Delicious. And I am going to put this out there, but we should have a vote.
Uh-huh.
Cindy has been phoning it in. I think we should bring on Danny.
Well. Silence from the peanut gallery.
I probably should. No, I'm not going to say anything.
And this is absolutely a torte.
It's a torte, fine.
It is a torte.
Is it a torte, Cindy?
Cake.
A torte is a multi-layered cake that is filled with whipped cream, buttercreams, mousses, jams, or fruits. This is a fucking torte.
Well, according to Pinterest and the recipe that I pulled it up from.
Oh, here comes a fight.
It is a traditional Victoria sponge cake.
Pinterest is full of shit. This is a torte.
This is from Culinary Ginger.
Mommy and Uncle Cindy don't fight.
Whatever it is, it was delicious.
It's so fantastic. I'm going to definitely have some more of that.
And if you're from England and you feel so inclined to correct us, let us know what the fuck this is.
Please do. We're delighted by it.
Yeah. Especially if you have an accent.
Send us a video or a little audio clip. We'd love that.
Hey, I'm Karen.
And I'm Aubrey.
And this is Chicklit, a literature comedy podcast where we enjoy getting lit and talking about books that spoke to us as young adults.
Yeah, Book It was dope as fuck.
Yeah, I did
Used to get the little personal pan pizza.
Yes!
Oh my god. Just for you. Yeah, nobody can take that shit, dog. But we also cover movies with special guests, and it can get pretty crazy.
I'll make a controversial statement. I will take this over Space Jam.
Is that controversial?
People love Space Jam.
We might have to stage a fight.
So if you enjoy YA fiction, that fool of a fairy, Lucinda, did not intend to lay a curse on me. She meant to bestow a gift.
Boozy beverages.
Little shot of Bailey's in your coffee. Coffee, pizza, and Bailey's goes together like...
Doesn't go together. Like
it doesn't go together at all. And the power of friendship... I'll be like, I bought your Christmas present. And she'll be like, what'd you get me? I have to know.
Tell me right now.
And I'm like,
Henry
no.
gets so irritated because I'm like, do you want your present now? And he's like, it's like October. No, I don't. Then we're the podcast for you.
We've been best friends for over a decade, so join in on the fun and grab a drink, y'all. January 6th at 1:15 p.m., the day that Dry January died.
Today, I got my story from the BBC.com, the ScottishSun.co.uk, the KentLive.news, KentOnline.co. I had a lot of... the Sun.com, thesun.co.uk, bustle.com, dailyrecord.co.uk, dailymail.co.uk,
My goodness.
wiki.ng, and medium.com. Okay, and they will all be linked in our show notes because they can explain this a whole lot better than I did, okay?
So you did some research then.
I did a lot of research, okay? So one thing that I learned is that when you are a woman, being beautiful as well as kind is a lethal and dangerous combination for you.
I've many times have been tragically fallen victim to that exact scenario.
Of being beautiful and kind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. All right. So it is probably one of the most dangerous things that you could be.
Right.
As a girl,
agree.
as a female
it's true.
in this world.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty gets the attention and the kindness gives them an open door.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we must all be just the worst kind of people.
Slam the door right in their faces.
You need to be an unapproachable asshole at all times.
I think you referred to my face one time as a minimum wage face.
Really? What? Nydia?
No, I didn't mean it that way.
Because people always approach me in stores and she said, I have a minimum wage pay.
Jesus Christ. That was so fucking mean. That's not what I meant, though. I didn't mean to call you ugly. I just meant, like, you're walking around miserable.
Yeah, right. No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. That's why when you said beautiful and kind, both of us were like, kind? What?
Oh, my God.
Kind? Maybe. Maybe to people she actually knows and likes.
Oh, my God.
So... like I said, you must be an asshole at all times.
Yeah.
That's why I'm such a proponent of being ugly on the inside as well as the outside.
Right. I think that's a great idea.
So, my story today takes place in England in 2016,
Really?
which is why Cindy
Oh my
did
God.
the English.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, not that long ago, and I'm sorry for that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. I am sorry. I am sorry for
Great.
that.
Is one of these stories.
So that's your warning. This story is going to be a little graphic, and I really apologize for that. That's your warning. Take it with a grain of salt.
All right.
The warning should be, it's Nydia telling a
Yeah,
story,
right.
and that's all the warning you need to know.
You should
It'll
know that.
most likely be graphic and gory and just dark.
Yeah, you should know that by now. But this story it has a lesson.
Okay.
It has a lesson.
All right. Well, at least there's that.
Yeah. And I'll go over that at the end. Like
All right.
we'll recap and we'll say what could we do going forward.
Okay.
Okay. Not that she had any choice. I'm not victim blaming.
Yeah.
This was totally, and you'll see why.
Okay.
So Dana, you're single and you've been sharing some funny stories about your Tinder exploits.
Yes.
Right? And we've been here for it every time.
Okay, good.
We have. I know that they may seem painful to you, but we're laughing.
They've had their ups and downs. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the goal here is that, your entertainment, and that's
Absolutely.
that's my
It's
end goal
what it's
always.
all- yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So this is a Tinder story.
Perfect.
Yeah. But not so perfect when you hear it.
Targeted right for my my ear holes.
Yes. So Molly McClaren was a beautiful. Let me show you a picture of her. I have to start that off with that because to understand the story, I really need you to see what she looked like. She was
Oh my God, yeah.
cute as a button.
Yeah.
Now that you see her face, I will tell you about her and then maybe you can start to visualize. All right.
What happened?
Molly McClaren was a beautiful, friendly girl with a bright future. She was a good friend and she had a very close relationship with her parents, mostly her mother. She was adored by anyone who met her. She just had this like really bubbly personality, was very easy to talk to and just motivating. She was like a really bright girl, you know?
Yeah.
Cool, not stuck up on herself or anything. Her mother said that they would often end conversations by saying, I love you more, I love you most.
That's so sweet. Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's so sad. So you see her and you can kind of picture that. Molly's teenage years were a troubled time during which she struggled with her mental health.
Okay.
And I think that we can all relate to that.
Certainly.
I had horrible teenage years.
Absolutely.
And after years of struggling with anxiety and eventually the eating disorder of bulimia, she had finally begun to see her troubles behind her. So she developed a little bit of bulimia.
Okay.
She was trying to gain control over herself.
Absolutely, yeah.
So she finally did. She put the bulimia. She was got control over that. And she was like many of us, constantly connected to social media. And there she would blog about her struggles with mental health and offer tips and advice to others struggling much like her.
That's great.
So Molly's path to overcoming bulimia led her to an interest in physical fitness and nutrition. So she enrolled at the University of Kent, which is a well-known university in the southeast of England. She aspired to be a personal trainer and she began studying sports and exercise for health. And she was well on her way to earning a top degree in that field when she decided to bring a man into her life.
Okay, here we go.
Big fucking mistake. I'm telling you, heterosexuality is not a choice.
Right.
Like I said before, Molly was a busy girl with no time for a boyfriend. And since she was familiar with social media and the apps associated with them, she took to Tinder to solve her man absence. When she saw that she matched with a tall and handsome Joshua Stimson in July of 2016, she went with it. But her decision to swipe right and start talking with the warehouse worker would ultimately lead to her demise, sadly.
Fuck.
I'm going to show you his picture.
Okay.
He was very good looking.
Yeah, they're adorable.
He's a good-looking guy. You don't think good-looking people are bad people, right? So you think Tinder and you think hookup. But for Molly, it wasn't like that. She talked to Joshua from July when they first were matched on Tinder all the way to November when they actually met up. So she played it safe.
Right.
July to November? That's a long time.
July to November.
That's not, that's a good amount of time.
And they only lived 9 miles apart.
Okay.
Like, they were, like, right next to each other.
But they were dating, they just weren't...
No, they were just talking.
Okay,
like, they matched on Tinder, and they were just talking. All the way until November when they met. And it's not like distance was holding them back.
Right,
she just wanted to really take it slow
right.
and get to know him.
Okay.
So it's not like you say Tinder, and she's like, oh, you shouldn't talk to strangers.
Right.
She did not do that
She was taking it slow. She was trying to get to know him the right way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
and he was like putting in the time to get to know her as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she was in no hurry to rush into, a relationship or anything. So once they met in November, they decided to take things a little further and decided to become boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay. And so at that point, they did. So Joshua won Molly over by telling her about his bipolar disorder and how he had never had a girlfriend because of it. Okay. Because he would say that whenever he got close to a girl, they would like run the other way because he had bipolar disorder or whatever. Okay. So because he was handsome and Molly just felt bad for him, she kind of gave him a chance, you know?
Yeah.
And he seemed to be not just looking for love, but he wanted to be wanted by someone.
Right.
So Molly thought it was sweet that Stimson had never had a girlfriend before, and she knew that what mental illness was like, and she decided they could be good for each other. With her anxiety and bulimia and all that, it was this shared openness about their mental health issues that bonded them.
Okay.
Joshua Stimson was born and raised in Stoke-on-Trent, but relocated to Medway after graduating high school. During childhood, he had been treated for depression, possibly because his mother left him and his dad just started a new life. Like, they got divorced and she just abandoned her son.
Okay. Was he still with the dad then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess this left him with a deep fear of isolation, In 2016, he was a warehouse worker. He was a handsome young 26-year-old living on High Street in Woodham. He enjoyed fitness and was very charming. When he met Molly on Tinder in November 2016, he told her he couldn't believe his luck. He commented to her that he couldn't believe how weird he was to just stare at her picture in disbelief that he could land such a beautiful girl.
I see the appeal of what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's real weird, dude. Like, I see the appeal of what you're saying. Like, I'm here for it. I get you.
But is it necessarily a red flag that somebody finds you so
No, I wouldn't be like, I'm never going to talk to him again, but I'd be like, that's a very strange way to, like, word what you said. Like, I just stare at your picture all day is a lot. Yeah. It's a lot, like, there's ways to say things that are, like, and I'm, like, super guilty of this. Like, sometimes I just, like, babble off things that I, like, the first thought in my head, and I'm like, don't say that. It's very strange. Like, and so I get that, but like I think ever feeling obsessive or like seeming obsessive is like a bad way to like, I just stare at your picture because I can't like help myself. Like if that's a thing that you are doing,
keep it to yourself.
Button that up. Just say it to yourself. Say it in your head. Find a way to be like, I think you're really beautiful, or I don't even know.
But guys do that in the beginning. I mean, when you're in a relationship, I'm not just saying guys. I'm just saying when you're in a relationship and somebody finds you very attractive, they do really play it up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like, I think we've talked about how like sometimes the messages that like I receive or whatever, like, they're uncomfortable when they say shit like that because you're just like, what's the point? Like, that's not her only substance. Her only substance is not that she's beautiful. It's, she's so much more than her looks, but yeah, of course, absolutely. And like, there's nothing wrong with someone being like, you're so beautiful or whatever, but it's just like the package he delivered it in is off-putting.
Well, if this is off-putting, wait till we hear the rest of this.
All right.
So people who knew him, mostly former co-workers, portrayed two very different sides to him. One was a delightful, bright man who stood out by a mile, and the other was a suicidal, crazy loner who couldn't engage in conversation. So Josh worked for a window company, and his mood would often fluctuate when he was working. He would be charming and conversational, but also irrational and lonesome. At first, Josh appeared to be a decent young man. Molly introduced him to her parents, and they had no reason to suspect that their daughter was in danger. But as time went on, Josh started to reveal a different side to his personality. Josh was Molly's first real boyfriend. She was 23, folks.
What the fuck? Neither of them ever had a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
She was just real busy and like...
No, I get that. I mean, I do get that.
And she was dealing with,
and she's
like,
young.
you know,
23 is still pretty young. But, like, this is both of their first, like, real relationship? Oh, he's a liar.
He's a liar.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So her parents were supportive about the first boyfriend, you know?
Plus, he's, like, a good-looking guy. He comes in, he's, like, cleaned up real nice.
Yes.
He's got a job, whatever.
Yeah. But the bipolar disorder worried them,
Okay,
you know?
that's fair. It's not a deal breaker, but it's fair. You know, it's fair for parents to be like, okay, there's, like, something we should maybe keep an eye on. But, like, even for her to, you know, having dealt with mental illness, like, it sort of makes sense that they would be drawn together. Like,
well, I'll tell you why her parents were concerned.
Okay.
Molly asked her parents not to judge because she had issues too, you know? But her parents were concerned about Molly being able to take on other people's issues on top of her own, all right? Molly just thought that they could help each other, you know? So they started dating, and they're fucking attached at the hip. Molly's social media accounts are full of photos of them together, and it just seems like they went from her, you know, to just them together all the time. And they're a great-looking couple.
Yeah.
But soon the facade starts to fall away because Josh is a fucking liar. In reality, Simpson did not have bipolar disorder. He also lied about having exes. And little did Molly know that just a few months later, her dreams of romance would turn into a stalking nightmare that would end in her murder.
shit.
Josh and Molly had been in a 7-month on and off relationship since late 2016. When things started to get weird, and not in the good bedroom sense, Josh claimed to be bipolar, and he always wanted to be the center of Molly's world.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'd just turn up without warning, clearly desperate for attention. So Molly's dad, Doug, said Stimson, Josh, that's his last name, began to get more and more possessive over Molly, wanting her all to himself and not making any friends of his own.
Okay.
So within a few months of meeting, he went from charming to suffocating. He would insist on going to her house even when Molly was busy with schoolwork, and he would just wait until she had finished.
Fuck.
Like, he would just sit there, you know.
Like in the living room or like outside
in
the
her
house?
bedroom,
Fuck.
like on her bed while she was studying, like just being there.
Go away.
Like, oh my God.
Go away.
You know, it's so funny. I picked this story, and I should have started with this, but I picked this story because when I was a young girl, I think I was like 16 years old, I had a boyfriend who I broke up with because he began to get abusive.
Yeah.
Like, he pushed me down the stairs at school, and I fell down a whole flight of stairs.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was like really abusive. And like, I didn't know how to break up with him because I was a little bit scared of him.
Yeah.
And I broke up with him, and I went to a party, not a party, a festival, like out in an open park, and he was there, and he smacked me in front of everybody, in front of a crowd, and I went straight home. He was like fucking stalking me, like following me places and stuff, but there was no social media, so he couldn't like really like know where I was at all times.
Yeah.
He followed me to this place, and he fucking smacked me in front of like everybody, like a big group, and told me to go home and change and shit like that.
Oh my God.
And we had broken up like a couple months before, you know? Also, that was never okay at any point.
Yeah, right.
So I went home. I lived near the park, and I went home, and I told my stepdad, and my stepdad went directly, did not pass go, did not collect $200.
Oh,
he
shit.
went directly to the place and fucking...
Yoked
I don't
him
know
up?
what he handled him. I don't know what he did exactly, but he handled me.
Good.
And that boy never bothered me again.
Good.
I never
You're
heard
probably
from
scared
him.
to death.
I never heard from him again.
Good.
But my stepdad was like, "Oh, he's doing what now?"
Oh shit.
And he fucking handled that shit.
Oh,
because
good.
that motherfucker was dead set on stalking me and just ruining my life.
Oh, we love that.
He could not take a no for an answer.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
So
he
that's
didn't even
scary.
go to my school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just showed up at my school and like pushed me down the stairs one time.
What the fuck? Mm-hmm. So that's scary that this guy just like shows up and he like watches her do homework. Like it's very
but wait,
off-putting, right?
There's more.
Okay.
So, you know, I was driving here and I just remembered that my stepdad did, you know, like he's been dead now for 3 months, but I was like, he did that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
He was an interesting cat.
Yeah. When he would do that, when he would like go to her house and watch her study, basically just watch her study.
Right.
He would text her afterwards saying that it was unfair that he wasted hours of his weekend
home,
sitting on her
bitch.
bed in silence. Yeah. And to which she would reply, I didn't make you stay yesterday.
Yeah.
So then he took that one step further and decided to quit his job to spend more time with her.
Oh my God.
And this went right up Molly's ass because she was already feeling super suffocated.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No.
Oh, absolutely. Like, no. All the way no. Like, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, definitely. Hard fucking no.
Yeah. So he started actually just showing up at her house and sitting on her bed while she studied and just there like an annoying fly.
Yeah.
Molly complained to her friends, but she decided to give the relationship one more chance. And she was really starting to feel like, oh, he's very controlling.
Yeah.
And modern girls don't like that shit.
No. What year was this?
2016.
2016 because this was Tinder.
Yeah. So they went to a party to celebrate Molly's aunt's 60th birthday, and that was in Essex.
Okay.
And that's when Josh crossed the line. So she was dancing with her cousins, and he's just sitting at the table watching them, like piercing.
What the fuck?
Like, he's like not liking it at all that she's dancing with her cousins. And he's making
everyone uncomfortable, probably.
Yeah, he's just staring at her as if to say, come sit back down. I don't want you dancing.
Ew.
Yeah. Ew. So then when the party was over, they all went to bed, and Molly texts her mother and asked her to come into the room that she was sharing with Josh, and she says, he's kicking off, which is like, that's like such a British way to say. Like, he's fucking starting shit. Like, okay. He's losing his mind.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Come in here. So they had been having a disagreement, and Josh had recorded everything that Molly was saying, like, on his phone.
Okay.
In a bid to, like, get leverage against her.
Okay.
So when the mom came into the room, he starts, like, making her listen to the recordings.
Yeah.
Like, that he was making of Molly. And immediately her mom starts to think, like, something ain't right.
Yeah.
When this motherfucker is actually recording my daughter during an argument,
yeah.
like, I'm gonna take his fucking side.
No matter what she says, yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So she tries to break up with him, Molly. But he refuses to accept her decision. And he begins to manipulate her into taking him back. He fucking floods her phone, telling her, I want you back. I'll do anything. I'm begging you. Don't be over with me, blah, blah, blah. And then he, like, manipulates her and says, I'm having a manic episode, a bipolar episode. You can't leave me alone. It's not responsible. She takes him back.
Of course.
And he gaslights her and encourages her to seek help from her doctor about her mental health.
Her, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, everything that you're imagining, that's all normal.
I'm only acting this way because you're the one that's crazy and I can't. Yeah.
Yes. So he makes it so that she thinks that the fears that she has about him being overpossessive. And
she's making it up.
That it's
that's
all in
so
her head.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Fucking gaslighter.
That's the fucking worst feeling. Like, that's the worst feeling in the world. It's so, like, it's so damaging and it, like, takes you so long to, like, repair it once it happens to you.
Yeah,
like, it's
because you're
really
like,
fucked up.
Am I the drama?
I don't think it's me. Yeah. But, like, genuinely, it's not you.
It's not.
It's never you. And, like...
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's responsible for their own actions. But, like, 9 times out of 10, you're like, you're not making up how you feel. Like...
Well, here's the thing. You can't argue a feeling.
Right.
And that's the bottom
line. Whether
line.
it's warranted or not, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So, Joshua begins to use his bipolar disorder to put pressure on Molly in order to get her to focus entirely on him. And of course, Molly wanted to support him because she thought he was going through a very difficult period.
Right.
And anytime that they had a disagreement, he would say, you must spend time with me because I'm having an episode. So anytime.
Anything he wanted, anything he needed, he would say.
And then finally, Molly just took him back because it was just, like, easier than not, So her friends were not happy about this. And still, when she took him back, her feelings weren't the same. Like, every time you forgive a man for something, your feelings are just less and less. Right. Anytime you forgive anybody about something, anytime you have to take a loss for the team, You know what I'm
it's like
saying?
one more dent in the tomato. One more crack in the plate.
So, like, sure, the relationship, you're back together, but
Sure.
it doesn't mean that anything's changed.
Or anything's better or anything's good,
Right. She just didn't know how to break up with him, and she was so concerned, that he would be hurt, that he would feel hurt or whatever.
Right.
And that's just who she was. She was putting him before herself. And she didn't really need to. That was her first boyfriend,
Right, well, it's almost like she didn't really even have a choice, because anytime she tried to break up with him, he would flip the script and make her feel like she was wrong, or she was being mean, or she was being hurtful. And when you care about somebody, it is hard to, like, simply walk away and be like...
Or not even when you care about somebody, when you're a kind person.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to contribute to somebody's, hurting themselves or whatever. Who knows what
even if you are done feeling, like, you don't have to still care about them, but, like... You're just a nice person. Like, you don't want to see them on the street. You don't want to, like...
Right. You don't want to kick a dog when they're down. Right, yeah. So, and that's how she was. So, the relationship continued with the same toxic energy. It was the final straw... What?
Did I catch that correctly?
It's a relationship.
Okay. Yes, just making sure we heard you right.
I've used that before.
It felt very appropriate for this moment.
So, it was the final straw for Molly, who told her mom she didn't feel the same about Josh and that she knew she had to end it.
Okay.
Before that, though, they go away on a vacation. Her
Together.
And him. Yeah, just to you'd be like,
one last ditch effort. Yeah, of course, yeah.
And
we love the breakup vacation.
She realized that, oh my God, he is a fucking nightmare. So she's like texting her friends, like, this is a nightmare, this is a mistake. I gotta end things with him. She like realized, like, this is done. Mm-hmm. So Finally, on the 17th of June, 2017, 7 months after they had started dating, she goes to celebrate her birthday. She's out with her friends and they're at a pub. And Josh had been slowly trying to isolate her from her friends. Yeah. And because he didn't like her being around. Of course not, yeah. So
no, because when your friends have like, one brain cell between the three of them, like they're able to be like, this guy's an asshole. Yeah. Or this guy's treating you like shit. And like it's better when the abuser wants to like isolate you, because then it's easy to gaslight you. Exactly. Without your girls from the podcast being like, that person's not good for you. You know what I mean? Like,
because other people may be able to see the flags.
Absolutely.
So you're in a relationship and the guy is like, or the person, I'm going to say person because I'm saying guy, but you guys are in,
we've been in shitty relationships too.
Yes. Yeah. So the person is like hiding those red flags behind their back. Right. But your friends can see behind their back where you can't. Right. You know what I mean? And so we see those red flags. Right. Whereas you don't.
Right.
So
you got blinders on, you're like the horse with the thing around their eyes. Exactly. Like you can't see that way.
Right. So so they're at the club. Well, they're at the pub and they're celebrating her birthday, and he's being just the biggest piece of shit, right? So she pulls him aside and she tells him that it's over. Yeah. And I guess she felt emboldened because she was like with her friends.
With her girls on her birthday. Yeah. You're not going to ruin my fucking night. Exactly. Hell yeah. Yep.
So he reacted by getting really violent and creating a scene at the club. Pub. Mm-hmm, at the pub. I keep saying club, but it's a pub.
Very American. It's okay.
Yes. And he yells, "She's done with me," and he leaves. Okay. But like it was like and then really extra.
The whole room stood up and cheered.
Yeah, for real. Right? So once again, he couldn't accept her decision to end things. So he like starts, texting her and like doing that. And that is like 2 days later, June 19th. Fucking bombarding her phone with phone calls, texts, begging her to take him back.
Fuck you.
All of that shit. But Molly was like, nope.
Good.
And so his behavior turned sinister. Mm. And how many of us have been in a relationship where, like, once you're done, they're like, well, fuck you, bitch. I didn't like you anyway, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then they turn nasty. And they go through, like, these waves. They'll be like, fuck you, bitch. I hate you. Fuck you. And then, like, the next day, they'll be like, I'm sorry I did that.
I'm sorry I acted that way.
I'm just hurt. And, you just make me so mad. Yeah. Oh, it's so bad.
Well, and they say, like, and this is not, uncommon knowledge, but, like, in an abusive relationship, this is, like, the most deadly part, like when you actually try to get away, like this is when they really do react really terribly.
Yeah, when they know they no longer have you.
They're losing.
Yeah. So after they split, he begins posting about her online and following her on nights out. They told him if he continued to do it that they would block him. the friends and
Okay.
and Molly. And when he didn't stop, they fucking blocked him,
Good.
So he started posting screenshots of their online conversations, like their personal
asshole.
shit. And he also left comments saying that Molly was a cocaine user.
So what?
So fucking
Who amongst us?
so she likes a good time.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Sounds like a ball. Sounds like a blast.
Don't yucky her young.
That's exactly right.
I mean, and for all she may not have.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Like he could have been fucking making it up. But here's what I'm saying: if she was, who fucking cares?
Yeah, who cares?
So Molly was horrified by that, though. So she did care because she was trying to build an online persona that represented health and wellness.
Right. That's right. You're right.
So this was the last thing she wanted reported about her. So since she had blocked Josh from her social media accounts, he took to tagging Molly's family members in these posts.
Oh, what a fucking asshole.
Yeah, so that they could see them, which was like, ugh. I mean, why do you gotta fucking make it so messy, right? The online abuse went on for days, and Molly was becoming increasingly scared. So at this point, she's openly telling her friends in social media messages that she's scared of him.
Fuck.
And she's so concerned that she and her mom even circulated photos of him to the neighbors.
To keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, in case he comes around. He is big mad. And yeah, just the scariest. So Molly reached out to Facebook and asked them to take down the posts. This proved to be very unsuccessful because they told the family that he had not broken any of the site's rules.
We love Facebook.
Fuck you, Facebook. Mm-hmm. I said that my dog looked like a potato or something, and they took my post down.
Yeah, we got violated for that in the podcast.
This guy makes all kinds of derogatory comments about this beautiful young girl.
And lies, outright lies.
I mean,
yeah.
And they're like, oh, he didn't break any of the site's rules. Fuck you, Facebook.
Fuck you.
Anyway. So on June 22nd, Molly, with the encouragement of her parents, decided to go to the police. Instead, she's like, I'm done. I'm going to the police. So a police officer in the office, she goes to the fucking office. The police officer calls him and puts him on speakerphone. She's standing right there.
Get the fuck out of here.
And he's like, listen, you got to remove the posts, And at first, his voice was very calm, very collected, and quite cold. Joshua's voice.
Okay.
He's like, I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. But if you think I have, there's more to come.
Oh, fuck.
And so the cop was like,
what is that?
I'm not going to hear about this again. He's like, oh, are you?
Fuck.
Yeah, so he's being challenging to the cop, right? And I'm sorry, that was a chilling threat right there, okay? No one really knew that it would come to fruition, though. You know what I mean? You don't fucking imagine that a person's nuts. Kind of comes as a surprise.
Definitely. Although he is certainly giving, warning sign after warning sign after warning sign.
Yes. Yeah, but, still, you're you don't think that a person's really going to take it there,
No.
So the officers checked their files, and he had no police records, so they told Molly and her friends and family to block him, on social media and all that, and to report any further abuse.
There's not really a ton they can do at this point yet.
Yeah. So when Molly blocked Joshua on all her media, social media platforms, she also changed her name on them to prevent him from ever spying on her life, So she took those measures, right? But what the fucker did was that he gets an unsuspecting friend of hers to help him spy on her. So somehow he got, he matched with another girl on Tinder, and he manipulated her into friend requesting Molly.
Jesus Christ.
And so when Molly friend requests her, she can see her Instagram posts, she can see her Snapchat, her WhatsApp, or whatever. He may have given her, some stupid narrative about what a bitch Molly is, or whatever.
Right.
And so the girl let him manipulate her.
Yeah.
So through her, he was getting information on the Snap map, I guess, where in Snapchat,
Jesus Christ.
where Molly would be at certain times.
Yeah, that's such a dangerous function on that app. Truly.
I can see its use, but also it can be dangerous.
Right.
Listen, I have a little message at the end of this.
Okay.
So Josh was also taking his stalking to the next level by signing up to the gym where Molly had just applied for a job and where she frequently worked out at. So on June 27th, he gets a second call from police telling him to back off, right? On that same day, he's seen on CCTV buying a paring knife and a pickaxe.
Oh, Jesus.
On 2 separate occasions. Like, he went to, like, a supermarket to buy a paring knife, and he went to, like, a Home Depot called Home Base, which I was like, oh, that's so cool, Home Base. So anyway, it's like a home, like, improvement store, I guess, in England, and he bought a pickaxe there. He was making himself a little murder kit.
And that is very, like, odd. A pickaxe is an odd weapon.
Yeah. He really wanted to obliterate her.
Fuck.
So on June 28th, Molly had posted a picture of where she was on Instagram. The pub was called Ship and Trades, and Josh had convinced that girl that he met to report her whereabouts to him. Like, he told her, hey, where's, Molly?
Yeah, where's she at?
Yeah. So he shows up there with that girl. With the girl.
And does this girl think that he's her boyfriend or whatever?
I mean, I guess he manipulated her.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but like, did she think that she was like...
They don't really say much about it, other than he had just manipulated her by telling her,
Molly was the worst.
Narrative. Yeah. So Molly was fucking horrified to see him there.
Yeah.
She was like, how the fuck? Like, so he sits near her, and then the whole night he's like staring at her table.
That's so terrifying.
And then he gets up and walks past her table and goes to the smoking section and stands back there and just watches her the entire night.
Shit.
So, like, of course she, like, made it really uncomfortable for her. At first she's thinking, this is a coincidence, like, he's not following me on purpose. It's just...
He just happens to be here.
Coincidentally.
Sure.
But how uncomfortable, right? But
England's a tiny place.
Right. So she felt so uncomfortable that she asked her friends to walk her to her car. She left the pub as soon as possible.
Okay.
So the next day, on June 29th, Molly woke up, got her gym clothes on. It's 10:06 a.m. She arrives at the Dockside Retail Outlet in Chatham to record one of her workout sessions at Pure Gym for her blog.
Okay.
She has an exercise blog on Facebook. So it was early and the gym was empty. So she's in the middle of the workout when she looks over to see who had placed her mat. Like, she's completely empty in a fucking... Like, it's like an empty room where you, like, go to exercise.
Yeah.
And this person could have placed a mat anywhere. Yeah. But they placed a mat right next
Directly
to hers.
next to her.
So she looks and she sees that it's her fucking loser ex-boyfriend, Joshua Stinson.
Jesus.
So... he had used her unsuspecting friend's social media account to track Molly's whereabouts. Yeah. So we're assuming that it's Snapchat.
Yeah.
So at 10:25, he's captured on the CCTV in the studio in the gym in the staircase.
Yeah.
And God, there's got to be CCTV everywhere.
It is everywhere there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So they capture him walking up the stairs, and he stops at the landing, looks into the room where Molly is. I'll show you video of this. It's all over the place.
Really?
Of everything.
Holy shit.
Unfortunately. So he looks into the room. He sees that she's there. He heads back down the stairs. I think that he heads back down the stairs because his intention is to bring the murder kit up to that room and kill her there. But then I think he reconsiders, and he goes into the room. Okay. He sets up his mat next to her. And like I said, she's not looking up. She's doing some floor exercises. So when she looks up, she sees that it's him. She's appalled that he's there. And she takes a picture of him and texts her friend saying, WTF, he's here at the gym. He's come up next to me. Yeah. So Molly goes up to him, like you could see her stand up in the camera, and she's like, hands are on her hips, and she's like standing over him, and she's like, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at work? He's like, it's none of your business, blah, blah, blah. She's fucking freaking out. So she calls her mom and tells her what he did, and they're both now very much concerned for her safety. Yeah. Her mother tells her to come straight home and be careful driving, right? Her friend, the one that she, texted WTF, she's like, come home, get out of there, just leave him. But you notice how, like, at every point, he's the fucking one doing wrong, and she's the one having to change her behavior. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's a total fuck you.
Fuck you.
Total fuck you.
So her mom tells her, hey, come home, drive safely. And this was the last time she would ever speak to her daughter.
Fuck.
So at 10:57, Joshua finally leaves the gym. Molly is shaken, so she abandons her workout and she waits until Stimson leaves before making her way out to the car. So she sat back about 3 minutes.
In her car?
No, in the gym.
Okay.
She's like, shit.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I would be scary to to make the move from the gym to your car.
Yeah.
Because he could attack you out there. Like, you're probably safe in the gym, or hopefully, like, you know what I mean? There's people there.
She doesn't know what to think.
Yeah, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
Yeah, she doesn't know what to think. So she heads out about 3 minutes later when she thinks the coast is clear, right? So Josh had left the gym, but he had been driving slowly around the parking lot, waiting for his opportunity to straight. Yeah. So as Molly was walking out to her car, she's not paying attention. She's texting her friend Amy, and the last text that she would ever send saying, I feel like I'm constantly looking over my shoulder. The 23-year-old had no idea that her killer was waiting with a kill bag containing 2 knives and a pickaxe that he would use to butcher her. So CCTV shows Molly as she gets into her driver's seat. Joshua, armed with a knife, abandoned his vehicle, wrenched the door open before Molly could drive off, and he launched his brutally violent attack on her. He lunged at her and stabbed her ferociously more than 75 times.
Fuck, man.
While she sat in her car. At first, she tried to fight him off, screaming and beeping her horn. This passerby, Benjamin Morton, who had just dropped his wife and a friend at a movie theater, and in the same shopping center, and he was walking his dog when he witnessed like what seemed like a fight inside of a car. So he noticed the struggle inside a car, and he became aware that it wasn't just a fight because the man inside the car seemed to be having something in his hand. So he sees her with her arms up, the struggle. He goes and tries to stop him. He tells the police that what Joshua did was he tried to overwhelm Molly, and she desperately tried to defend herself. He said he banged on the hood and the windshield of Molly's car to get Josh to stop. And he called people, that were on passerbys. Yeah. They were like, get the cops. And he slammed the door in Stimson's leg because his leg,
hit him with the door.
Yeah, he was just and he grabbed his leg in an effort to pull him off of Molly, but his hands were so slippery due to the amount of blood that was sprayed everywhere. So he stepped back.
The guy.
Yeah. And he just to assess what the fuck, how am I gonna stop this? So he looks in the car and he sees that Josh is stabbing around her neck to try to take her head off,
Jesus
so he's
Christ.
like, Molly wouldn't have survived that. He realized that this is not a survivable attack.
Yeah.
So because Molly had died within minutes. You know? So he tried to prevent Joshua. He gets in his car and he blocks him in so that at least he can't
the cops
get away.
Can get him. Yeah.
So when emergency services arrived, they found Josh pacing beside Molly's car. His shirt and pants, everything's just covered in blood. He had stabbed her 75 times, and he told the cops, she's in the car, I've killed her. And just like that, he was arrested at the scene. So her family and friends didn't know, they don't know what has happened, right? But since it happened out in the plain daylight in public, it spread.
All over social media.
All over social media, the news that something happened at this, at this shopping
at the gym
center.
Where she was at.
But they're not connecting 2 and 2. They're just not. You know what I mean? And so they discover the horrible truth about the murder before the police could even reach them. So you're in disbelief because you're just like, I just talked to her. There's no way that it could have been her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Molly's mother had not only found out in the most disrespectful of ways, but she also had the horrific task of telling Molly's dad, who was working on a boat 100 miles off the coast of Senegal, by phone of the daughter's murder, right? So it was determined that Molly died from sharp force wounds to the neck and had likely lost consciousness within seconds. On June 30th, Joshua Stimson was charged with murder. His trial began on January 23rd, 2018. And even though he was found at the scene covered in her blood with the murder weapon in Molly's car, Joshua, the piece of shit, decided to heap more hell onto Molly's family by pleading not guilty to murder on the grounds of diminished responsibility based on the claim that he had a borderline personality disorder. It was caused when his parents split up.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I'm a child of divorce.
Yeah, well, we all are. Get a grip.
Let's get a fucking grip. So he insisted he could not remember anything about the attack. So this meant that the case had to go to trial and that Molly's friends and family would be, have to hear the fucking gruesome details of her death in the courtroom, right? So his defense hired consultant Dr. Shahid Majid, who said Stimson had a hypersensitivity to any rejection after his parents separated, and when his relationship with Miss McClaren ended, he switched to trying to control frighten, and harm her.
Yeah, no shit.
You fucking cunt, right? So, contrary to what Josh had told Molly, the psychologist who examined him found that he did not have bipolar disorder at all. He was saying that to fucking manipulate her.
Yeah, of course.
And it was found that his mental health issues weren't severe enough to support his plea of diminished responsibility.
Good.
Prosecutor Philip Bennett argued that Simpson had carefully considered the execution of Molly, and his actions before her death showed he was following her movements, waiting for the moment that he could kill her. He had brought the murder weapon just 2 days before the crime, so the attack was clearly premeditated.
48 hours of thinking about that. And probably weeks ahead of time, but still, yeah.
And it's no coincidence that Josh turned up at Molly's gym either. Molly's location services remained switched on that morning, and Josh had used that to his advantage. Though no one knows for sure, it's highly likely that he used Snapchat's Snap Map to track Molly's location.
Yeah.
And the fact that I could say that...
That was great. Yeah, you killed it. Yeah, you did a great job.
And English is not my first language. All right. So during the trial, it became known that Josh had a history of twisted behavior. 2 previous girlfriends of Simpson's told how he had stalked them after they broke up with him. Alexandria Dale said that Josh had been a possessive boyfriend. She said that when he would follow her and take pictures of her, asking why she was wearing certain clothes.
Fuck you.
Like, she would go out with her friends and he'd be like, why are you wearing that? And like taking pictures. Oh, you're gross. When they broke up, he would send pictures of her backyard, like, you know, threatening. Like,
like he was back there? That's so scary.
And once when she was going on vacation, he sent her a message saying, I'm going to fly out and drown you.
Fuck. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's gross. So she believed that he had slashed her tires, and after he messaged her to say that there was something waiting for her at home. So, like, he texts her, like, there's something waiting for you at home, and she comes home and her tires are slashed. She reported it to police, but at the time it wasn't recorded as a crime. The police have since changed the policies on reports of stalking because of this. So now officers are required to record stalking as a crime, even if the victims don't take the matters further. So in order to prevent tragedies like this, really... And I'm going to take a pause on the rest of my story because I want to tell you, the police department fucked up royally on this. But they told on themselves. And they had like an investigation done on themselves. Yeah. They were fully forthcoming with everything that they did to mess up.
That's good.
And they changed policies because of it.
Good. Stalking is such a sinister... but, like, very hard to convict someone of, but, like, so easy to see it.
Right.
Like, once you notice it's happening, it's, like, it's so easy to see it. So it's, like, fucking do something.
It's like a willy won't he thing.
Right.
And it's not just men. It's women too.
No, there's a podcast called Strictly Stalking. Yeah. Very good podcast if you're into this kind of stuff. It's firsthand accounts of all different kinds of stalking victims. Yeah. And it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. Yeah. In my opinion, just from like listening to that podcast, there should be a crime of like just making someone scared for their life. Yeah. Like making someone scared to be in their own home or to walk from their car to their job or to like just exist in the world that they have. This woman had to change every single thing that she was doing because this guy was terrifying, you know, her life. Yeah. And that's fucking rude. Like we all like have the right to exist and be happy in this world without like someone interfering with what we're doing. It's so fucked up.
I have a thing that I say that your rights end where another person's rights begin.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so if you're making somebody uncomfortable, it's your right to be in a place. Yeah. But if you're making them uncomfortable, that's as far as your rights go.
That's right.
So, I mean, unless they're racist, and that's
then go away. Yeah.
So Leah Hubbard was the other girl, and she told a similar story. She said that Josh had become increasingly controlling and started stalking her after they split up. She said that she was out at a club and he spit a whole drink in her face.
You fucking asshole!
Which is like the pettiest thing. I would love to do that to somebody.
Disgusting.
I hate that he did it, but I would love to do that to somebody's face.
Of course you would.
Just like a whole drink, like.
Oh my god.
But anyway, he did that to her. And then he waited outside for her to leave. He only stopped after Leah went to the police over it. Yeah. So she said, I was lucky enough to get away from him. I'm mortified. This twisted fuck made my life hell. And the police were informed yet did nothing about it. This poor girl did the same and still nothing. I can't even imagine what her family are going through. She was really vocal.
Yeah, and like how horrifying for her. you know, for the people that went before that was like, we fucking told you that he acted this way.
But bravo to them for going to the court.
Yeah.
Because that's what fucking swayed the jury.
Good.
All right. So on February 6th, a jury took less than 3 hours to unanimously vote him guilty of murder. And Judge Williams told Stimson during the court proceedings, this was a cruel, calculated, and cowardly act. This was an act of wickedness. You took away Molly's life quite deliberately in the most vicious fashion. You were determined to punish her for ending the relationship with you. You were seeking revenge. She was 23 years old, beautiful and intelligent. Her family's grief and anguish is raw and apparent for everyone to see. The judge continued with, you are a highly dangerous young man and you will pose a very considerable risk to women for a very considerable period of time in the future. Stimson was ordered to serve a minimum of 26 years before becoming eligible for parole, but Judge Williams warned he poses such a danger to women that he may never be released. Molly's family set up the Molly McClaren Foundation to raise money for charities that help people with eating disorders. So they raise money and then they give it to, like, you know,
to help with bullying.
Yeah. So her attack shed light on the dangers of social media. Though the advancement of online communication has many benefits, it can also be deadly in the wrong hands, especially that location tracker.
Right.
So, and in the hands, you know, those location trackers in the hands of people who want to do us harm.
Right.
But you don't even need location trackers. Like, how many of us remember posting, I'm at the gym, or I'm
you're
here.
checking in at the restaurant with all of your friends. It's like,
no, you're leaving your fucking breadcrumbs.
Yeah, I remember, like, in therapy, like, this therapist I used to have years ago, we were, like, talking about something like that, and he was, like, kind of like scolding us, being like, I can't believe people do that. It's so dangerous. It's really, really, and of course I still do it because it's like, yeah, we're all together at this thing and, like, you know, whatever. But it is dangerous if you really think about it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So this bag of stale dog puke is sitting in jail eating 3 hots, watching TV, doing some bullshit rehabilitation classes, and she's just fucking dead. And this is all because she dumped him. Yeah. Because he couldn't fucking handle it.
Because he was a fucking weirdo. Like, go away.
Fuck all the way off, you know? This kind of shit just makes me so fucking, like tired. So I wanted to see, what do you do if you're being stalked, right? Yeah. I went to this website, cbsnews.com/what to do if you're being stalked. Advice from an expert. So it says that you should not ignore it. You should not ignore it. You have to be alert and proactive to protect yourself from a potential threat. You have to avoid all contact. You cannot be nice to this person at all. You gotta literally fall off the face of the earth for them. You know what I mean? They cannot have any access to you. You have to obviously enhance security measures in your life, you know, like change your locks, alarms, cameras, security cameras. It's sad that we have to do this. Yeah. You have to inform key people around your neighborhood. Hey, this guy's a threat to me. You know, your family members. You have to save and document all the messages, voicemails, letters,
every
cards,
single thing.
Every form of harassment and non-harassment. Any contact that this person has with you. You know, because sometimes stalking can be like sending you flowers and just being completely crazy about, you know.
Just harassing you. Yeah. Right.
It doesn't even have to feel like harassment.
It's any unwanted attention.
Exactly.
It can be harassment. Absolutely.
Right. So you have to photograph and document things that are damaged and quickly get information from, you know, law enforcement involved and all that other stuff. So it's really important that you are proactive about it. Obviously, Molly was. This was one of those things where you cannot blame her. She did
like literally everything you said to do. She did. Her friends knew. Her family knew. Her job knew.
She took pictures.
Yeah. She went to the police. She did every single. She left events when he was there. Like she tried not to interact with him. It's fucked up.
Yeah, and there's actual hotlines out there. The Victim Connection Resource Center, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Yeah. Because they found that most stalkers are people that you know. You know. And so, so you cannot ignore it. You cannot ignore it. And I'm very thankful that my stepdad went and settled the score for me. Yeah. Never bothered me again. But then, like, later on in my 20s, I had a guy that stalked me. An ex-boyfriend. He said that I ruined his life. And I'm like, what? Just stop. He's like, I'm going to come to your job. And I'm like, good luck with that. I work at a school. There's a bunch of security. You will go to jail. Yeah. Yeah, try it.
I want you to.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, try it, idiot.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was scary. Like, it was just the one time, that one phone call. And he was, like, stalking me on social media and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Really fucking weird guy. So that's my story.
That's really sad. Yeah. That's really sad. She was so young and so pretty and, like, had such a whole cool life ahead of her. And, like, you didn't get your way, so you get to take her life. That's so fucked up.
Yep.
Was he remorseful in court? Do you know?
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not after that kind of attack.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
That sucks for her family.
Yeah.
And her poor friends.
So they've done, there's a show, I Got Killed by My Stalker or something like that. Stalker murders or something. There's social media murders. So they've
this
covered
has been covered, yeah.
Yeah, this has been covered. Because it was like a big deal. And because of that, policies were changed because of her.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at least something good came of her, but, like, she didn't really have to die for that. She changed the world, you know, at least England.
And unfortunately, like, with stalking, like, that is sort of how it goes. Like, something bad really has to happen for them to be able to, like, make a law, because, I don't know about other countries, but it really, like, here we do have, like, certain freedoms, and people are allowed to stand outside of your house. Like, they just are, you know, like, if they're not doing anything, they can stand there, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's so scary. It really is scary. Good thing no one likes me.
Yeah, and I'm so off-putting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you made it this far, I guess we succeeded in luring you in.
Yeah.
You have been taken to the second location, and this is it. And we'll hopefully see you next week with 3 of your friends. Because you know the thing, the catch is you gotta lure 3 friends in.
That's right.
Or else you get the Maloiki.
That's right.
We put the curse on you.
Put the evil eye.
That's right. If you really enjoyed this episode and you want more, there's other episodes that we've recorded. We used to be Wine, Dine, and Storytime, and if you go further back in this catalog, you can see those episodes are listed there. And there's other ways that you can support us. You can support us through saving this podcast and downloading it and liking it and all those good things, stroking it, and stalking us on it.
You could rate it. You could review it.
Right.
You could subscribe to it.
Right. You can do all the things until it purrs. Mm-hmm. You can support us on Buy Me a Coffee. Mm-hmm. And you can support us on Patreon if you so wish.
Good pods.
Good pod. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things.
Spotify.
Yes. Become a stalker of us.
Stalk the podcast.
That's right. Not us personally. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on... What else are we on?
We're on all the socials, but our location services are off.
What do you mean? Oh. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I just did a stalking podcast. So check you out next week. And remember, do not get taken to that second location. Be good or be good at hiding a body. Cheers. Even that, like,
everything's so sad today.
Are you okay?
Jesus Christ.
You're so fucking loud.
You're disgusting, and I hate you both.
Oh, God. I'm crying. Oh, my God. And holding my pee because I almost fucking peed myself.